Welcome and join me on another scenic drive through God's own country, the Yorkshire Dales. A breathtaking landscape of rolling hills, deep valleys and picturesque villages. Today, our scenic drive begins in Kettlewell, North Yorkshire, and concludes in the charming market town of Hawes. There'll be stops along the way. We'll encounter rich history, quaint villages, and serene countryside vistas that captures the very essence of rural England. So, buckle up as we journey through the heart of the Yorkshire Dales. Here is the route. Leaving Kettlewell, we're heading for Hub Home, an old village in Langstrothdale. On this driveway we've seen a lot of dry stone walls. It's one of the main features of the Yorkshire Dales. It's estimated that there are some 5,000 miles of dry stone walls in the Yorkshire Dales. Picton is a popular stop-off for walkers taking the 85 miles Dales Way, which runs from Ilkley in West Yorkshire to Bowness on Windermere in Cumbria. We've turned off the main road and heading for the first place of interest on this scenic drive, Hubberholme. The leaves on the trees are starting to change colour, beautiful golden brown. This is a George Inn, and we'll be coming back here after we've been to the church. Nestled in this tranquil village of Hubberholme lies one of the region's most charming and historically rich churches, St. Michael's and All Angels. Let's take a look inside. A feature in the churchyard is this sundial. The Langstrothdale family, known for their significant contributions to beekeeping in the United States, is believed to have had roots that trace back to Langstrothdale. This quaint, centuries-old church has been a spiritual centre for this small rural community for nearly 900 years. Originally built in the Norman period, St. Michael's and All Angels has been a quiet witness to the passage of time, surviving through wars, revolutions, and the changing landscape of British society. Hubble Church holds a special place in literary history. Renowned British author J.B. Priestley, who is best known for works like An Inspector Calls and The Good Companion, had a deep connection to this area. Priestley fell in love with the beauty of the Yorkshire Dales and chose this church as his final resting place. His ashes are scattered in the churchyard, and he is commemorated by this plaque in the church. A fitting tribute to a man whose writings often evoke the landscaping spirit of England. Priestley was a frequent visitor to Hubble Home, which he described as the smallest, pleasantest place in the world. Inside, the atmosphere is one of peace and reverence, with the church's simple, unadorned beauty capturing the essence of this remote rural parish. One of the most striking features here is the rood loft, a rare wooden structure found in only 2 Yorkshire churches today, originally used in medieval churches to support the rood or cross. It served as a symbolic division between the congregation and the clergy. The craftsmanship on display is stunning, with every inch of its loft beautifully carved and preserved. This rude loft dates back to the 16th century and miraculously survives the Reformation, when many such structures were destroyed under the edict of Queen Elizabeth I. It's a reminder of the church's deep historical roots and a testament to the skill of the medieval artisans. There are some beautiful stained glass windows in the church. The sun is shining through, adding a great deal of reverence to it. The renowned artisan Robert Thompson, also known as the Mouseman of Kilburn, added to the church's craftsmanship. Thompson was a master woodworker from nearby Kilburn, famous for his signature mouse carvings. His legacy can be found throughout the church in the pews, lecterns and altar railings, adding a unique touch to this historical building. Each mouse is carefully carved, representing Thompson's philosophy of humanity and hard work. St. Michael's and All Angels Church is not just a place of worship, it's a living piece of history. It carries with it the stories of medieval monks, master craftsmen and celebrated writers. Whether you come for quiet reflection or to explore its fascinating past, this church offers a glimpse into the soul of rural Yorkshire. So, as you leave this quiet sanctuary behind, you take with you a piece of history, a sense of place, and perhaps a greater appreciation for the enduring beauty of this corner of England. Next, we cross the river where the George Inn awaits us. Once the home of the village vicar, this pub has a unique tradition. When the vicar lived here, he would place a lit candle in the window to signal that he was home and available to speak to parishioners. But there's more. Every first Monday of the year, the George Inn hosts an ancient auction, held in conjunction with the church service. Bidders compete for 16 acres of pasture land just up the road. The auction ends when the candle in the pub extinguishes itself, a thrilling moment that continues a centuries-old tradition. This is Hubberholme Bridge. Until the 19th century, a key crossing point on the River Wharfe, on an important cross-Pennine routeway between Lancashire and Newcastle and Tyne. One side of my bridge cradles the bones of the sleeping dead, whilst the other sustains those with living hunger and thirst. My stone arch connects the two, the living and the dead. I am the convenient conveyor between the two. As we leave Hubberholme, we enter Langstrothdale, a picturesque valley where the River Wharfe begins its long journey. Surrounded by steep hillsides and conifer trees, Langstrothdale feels like a place untouched by time. Here, the largest conifer forest in the Yorkshire Dales, Greenfield Plantation, stands tall, a green haven in this dramatic landscape. Continuing along the valley, we arrive at Yockentwaite Farm, a place that James Harriot would have known well from his veterinary rounds. This traditional Dales farm now produces a range of locally sourced products, including delicious granola that finds its way onto the breakfast tables far and wide. As we meander along the river wharf, it's easy to imagine James Harriot driving along these same roads, marvelling at the beauty of the morning light and the misty hilltops. This is the River Wharf. It flows down to Bolton Abbey. En route, it passes through many beautiful stone-built villages and over a number of waterfalls, joining the River Ouse 65 miles away. In many places, it runs lazy and deep, the perfect spot for eager fishermen hunting the elusive brown trout. The scenic drive continues along the banks of the River Wharf. The drive takes us to Outershaw, a hamlet tucked away in the hillside. This building was originally a school and chapel. It was built in 1856 by John Ruskin for Charles Wood in memory of his wife, Lydia Wilson Wood. Ruskin made frequent visits to the north of England in the late 1850s and was acquainted with the Wood family of Outershaw Hall. The family archives included letters from Ruskin regarding the school. Outershaw is also a key stop on the Dales Way, a long-distance walking path stretching 79 miles from Ilkley, West Yorkshire to Bowness in Windermere, Cumbria. We've arrived at Fleet Moss. This road, the highest paved route in Yorkshire, is a favourite among cyclists and fell runners. As we drive over the crest of the hill, expansive views of the Dales spread out before us, rugged yet serene. The climb is steep, but the sweeping landscape are more than worth it. We're now starting the descent to the next point of interest, which is Gayle. The view is absolutely fantastic. We're in the Yorkshire Dales, folks. On today's drive, we've had winding roads, dry stone walls, rolling hills, and wandering sheep. This is the Yorkshire Dales. We're now entering Gayle, a small village located in the Yorkshire Dales National Park and is surrounded by stunning natural beauty. The village is known for its picturesque stone houses, cobbled streets and charming atmosphere. Gayle is a popular destination for tourists who come to explore the countryside, go hiking, or simply relax in the peaceful surroundings. One of the main attractions in Gayle is the Gayle Mill, built in 1784. The Grade II listed Gayle Mill is the oldest unaltered mill building in the United Kingdom. The mill began life as a cotton mill driven by water power through a 22 feet diameter water wheel. The mill is now a museum and offers visitors a fascinating insight into the history of the area. The mill is also home to a working blacksmith forge, where visitors can watch demonstrations of the traditional blacksmithing technique. Gayle is a must-visit for anyone interested in industrial heritage of North Yorkshire. Gayle Beck flows between the village's homes, creating a peaceful waterfall as it carries itself on a journey to Hawes and into the countryside, joining the River Ure. Our scenic drive ends in Hawes, a bustling market town at the head of Wensleydale. For cheese lovers, the Wensleydale Creamery is a must-visit. Here you can sample the local delicacy made famous by Wallace and Gromit.
Never fear, Gromit. With the cinematic Snack-O-Matic, these Jacob's cream crackers won't go to waste.
The River Ure flows down from Wensleydale through Hawes, creating a spectacular waterfall. This is the final stop on this drive through the Yorkshire Dales. We're now at the Dales Countryside Museum. Just a few minutes from the centre of Hawes is Dales Countryside Museum. The museum covers the Yorkshire region's history and culture and is housed in a converted railway station. The museum, run by the National Park Authority, features an outdoor display with a real steam train and carriages on the old Wensleydale railway track. It focuses on the lives of people who have lived and travelled throughout the Dales over thousands of years. It offering many interactive hands-on exhibits inside the old station. And so our scenic drive through the Yorkshire Dales comes to an end. From the charm of Kettlewell to the panoramic views of Fleet Moss and the lively market town of Hawes, we've travelled through some of the most enchanted landscapes in England. Whether you're drawn to the Dales for its history and its natural beauty, or its enduring tradition, this is a journey you won't forget. Safe travel until the next time.